Well, good morning, everyone. Here we are for the Ball Cap Bible Study. You can see I'm just in front of my green curtain backdrop in the den today, but we're going to be a little bit heavy on announcements. I hope you've had a good weekend, and I hope you have enjoyed the extra hour of sleep, turn back the clock, all that kind of thing. Fall back, spring forward, that kind of stuff. Oh, there's the dog. There's Lady. She says hi. She says good morning. Hey, Lady, what you doing, girl? So anyway, um, it's really windy in Oklahoma. They're thinking about changing the name from fall to drop when it comes to the leaves. But anyway, uh, you're probably not even laughing at that one. We're heavy on announcements today, so I'll get to those, and then we'll get into our comparison between the Beatitudes and fruit of the Spirit. It's a pretty neat one today. You like my cup? This is an oldie but a goodie. I have lots of Glorietta stories like many of you do. We'll start with some announcements. Elections tomorrow. Many of you, by the time you see this, will have already voted. Some of you have voted early. Just pray that whatever. Here's the thing: the outcome of the elections won't surprise God, and it also won't, reduce or remove our responsibility to pray for whoever wins and whatever happens on that. So let's just remember that and vote your conscience and pray. Speaking of that, pray for the nation coming up next week, a week from tomorrow on Tuesday the 15th. And that will be a special Thanksgiving edition in the parlor at 11 a.m. as always. And so we'll do that. Then dinner, our annual church-wide Thanksgiving dinner will be the 20th, and every now and then you'll see me look over because here I'll let you guys see. There she goes. So anyway, you just got a glimpse of her, but she's in back and forth, and she wants to help me do this, which is good. But our annual Thanksgiving dinner Sunday night on the 20th, and then just so you know, I will be out all week of Thanksgiving week. I'll be around. I don't think we're going anywhere, but if you need me, feel free to call, text, email, whatever. But I won't be in the office that week. We have nothing going. There's no Wednesday night activities the week of Thanksgiving. So you guys can get those turkeys thawed and in the oven and that kind of stuff. Surviving the holidays. This is a time of year when many of us, we have a lot of folks that have lost family this year or just have, a tough time. So we have a seminar on Sunday night, the 13th, surviving the holidays. So that's coming up this Sunday. Caregiver support group this week on Wednesday night with John and Judy Luton, and they do a great job on that. Boy, if you know them and you know their stories, they're just, unfortunately, they're subject matter experts in that. So they've had a lot to deal with in their life. Missions market for the ladies on the 17th next week. I don't know if registration is closed for that, but you can call up to the church and ask for Paula or Kristen, and they'll get you ladies at least the information on that. Just want to say thank you. Tons of stuff has been brought for the Thanksgiving baskets. Obviously, our pantry can use and will use everything we bring, but just know that I thank you, if nobody else does, for what you've done already, and then we'll just keep doing more, won't we? This is the time of year when people come in for help. Had a lady come in yesterday to our church, and one of our wonderful ladies named Kim Lewis met her and dealt with her and handed her off to me. And that was exactly the right thing to do. If somebody comes in on a Sunday looking for help, I know how to help them, how to deal with them sweetly with grace. You'd be proud of me, I think. I'm not mean or ugly, but I do let them know that on Sunday, we're going to worship the Lord, and we've got things that we're doing in a corporate sense, and that they need to come back on Monday to seek benevolence assistance. And so they're welcome to worship with us. If it's an immediate need, if it's a crisis, there are things we can do. We don't have gas vouchers. We don't have cash to give them for rent. So don't give them money. Don't try to help them yourself. Obviously, what God lays on your heart during the week, if you run into people out there in the community, that's one thing. But if they walk into our church, let us be the church, and we've got a lot of training, and so we know most of the time we know what we're doing. There are those times. Let's see what else we have here. There's so much. Lots of parties going on this time of year, and dinners and things. So if you're going to have one, get it on the calendar quickly. That calendar's filling up, and the kitchen, if you wanted to use the kitchen, that's getting booked a lot too. So make sure you let me know if it's an off-campus party, and I can't make all of them. I'm trying to get to as many as I can. Part of my challenge is logistics. We live 35 miles away, so and then if some of your parties are in homes that are in North Edmond or further out, that's sometimes it's an hour for us to drive home with. And I'm not complaining. I love you guys, and we love going. It's just a reality. So sometimes Rachel can't be at them with me because she works until 5:30 or 6 at her school. She does an after-school program plus her reading coach stuff now that she's retired from classroom teaching. So sometimes it's just not feasible for me to, drive home, wait till 6 to pick her up, and then turn around and come back. And by the time we get there, the party's, more than halfway over. So sometimes it's just easier for me to stay late after work and come be with y'all. And I enjoy that. I hope you do too. But like I said, can't make all of them, but we'll do as many as possible. So be sure and let me know. And if it's going to be on campus, get with Jessica and let's get that on the calendar. All right. So lots of announcements. And I'm sure I left some out. Let me make sure. Election, pray for the nation, dinner on the 20th, surviving the holidays, caregiver support, missions market. I'm out on Thanksgiving week. Thanksgiving baskets, people coming in for help, and parties. Yeah, got it all. Okay. So we're still doing that parallel study of the Beatitudes and fruit of the Spirit. Today we're on 6 of 9, I believe, and it's kind of neat that we're in this season. We're coming up on Thanksgiving and that kind of stuff. So the Beatitude is this one. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Now, wow. No one has seen God. Is that a beatitude, or is that a goal? I mean, all the beatitudes should be goals. It should be our goal to be merciful. It should be our goal to be humble and poor in spirit. It should be our goal to, so that if you think about it, the Beatitudes are like the process of sanctification. So most of us know that, regeneration, you're born again. Sanctification, you're hopefully closer to God when you die than when you were saved. And then ultimately glorification, when we're made perfect and whole in heaven with the Lord. So, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Well, the corresponding fruit of the Spirit is goodness. Wow. Think about that. It kind of gives me goosebumps. It's not always easy to be good, is it? It's tough. But for me, not that I'm pure in heart, but the more pure in heart I am, the more selfless I am, the easier it is to be good. I think being good is being selfless, is being pure in heart, so to speak. Pure in heart, think about that. No ulterior motives, You're just doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And, you're becoming more Christ-like, aren't you? You're more willing to do good. I mean, that's pure in heart. So, pure in heart might have a little bit of a nuance for you than it does for me, a little different spin or take on it, but it's what we should strive for. Purity, purity comes from refinement, doesn't it? And we want God to refine us, and it's good for us to be refined. So I just see those going together really well, as they should, because it looks like they all do. So anyway, I remember, when you think about being pure in heart, it's kind of interesting that I didn't even plan this, but the Glorietta Cup, I saw it. I thought you guys would like it, but I just remember such great weeks in Glorietta, taking college students up there for their student week. And, Charles Lillard and others know about that. Many of you probably have been to Glorietta, but how many of you have had a mountaintop experience? And even if you weren't in the mountains, what we call that mountaintop experience is those times when your life is closest to God. And it just feels like, yeah, maybe you are getting really close to being totally pure in heart. And you do kind of have that closeness with God. You're starting to see him. So, that's good. That's a really good feeling. And, but it, for whatever reason, I think it would be our sin. We don't tend to stay on that mountaintop. So anyway, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And just think back to those mountaintop times when you were really, really close to God, and strive for that. Strive for goodness. Strive to be good. Strive to be pure in heart. Okay? All right. So one more sip and then I'll let you go. All right. I love all of you. And that's our Ball Cap Bible study today. And we will see you next week. Oh, one last thing. Sorry, I hope you stayed with me this long. I've had a few people ask me if I would be willing to teach a 4 p.m. Wednesday class. So they're on campus at the church. So, you could come in 3:30, 3:45. We'll do our 4 o'clock class. And then we get out at 4:45, and then you can go to dinner and then go home, get home before dark or not. It's going to get dark pretty early. I mean, by 5 or 5:30, it'll be dark here in the winter. But you could come to a Wednesday afternoon, evening. We might call it the early bird special Bible study, something like that. But if that's something that would interest you, get a hold of me. If you know how to leave a comment, put feedback on this, and I would do that. And that way, folks that just can't stay as late. And I've heard some people say, when we now the new model, we start at 6:30 and then it goes for an hour, and by 7:30, and by the time you wrap up and get in your car, you're not home till 8 o'clock or after. So if 4 o'clock works better for you, let me know. I'd be more than willing to do that. Maybe in January after winter Bible study, we could start that. So just let me know. I don't want to do it if only 3 of you are going to come, even though, I love you a lot and would do anything for you. But, if we have some interest, if we get 10, 15, 20, yeah, let's do it. So, all right, that's my last announcement, and I will talk to y'all later. Love you. Have a great week, and go vote.